Well, the Hunter River is a good case study in the impacts that Europeans have had on a river system and its catchment, probably the best example anywhere in eastern Australia. One of the first things that the settlers did was to start clearing the vegetation which grows right along the alluvial flats on the edges of creeks and rivers. The Hunter Valley had some of the richest river flat soils available within a short distance of the colony, and so there was a lot of pressure to develop the Hunter and to start clearing for agriculture. The effects of large-scale clearing are still rippling through the ecosystem of the river and its catchment. It disturbs everything. Your biodiversity changes and disappears, your erosion rates increase. So the siltation of the river has started right at the beginning of settlement. So the big changes to the river and its quality occurred in the period of devegetation. The mining initially was small scale, underground. Even in the Upper Hunter around Muswellbrook, it was very small scale, for 100 years ago. But what we're looking at now is large-scale open-cut mining, and so what we're seeing are massive scars on the landscape, which mobilise huge amounts of dust, water, saline water, acid water. All of these things are now impacting on the health of the river and the hydrology of the whole system.
Those industries are also having a social impact too. It's almost like a second wave of displacement.
Yeah, I've been quite amazed to find that the people of Singleton, Muswellbrook, many of whom have been directly affected by mining, are seeing their situation in very similar terms to those of the indigenous people 200 years ago. That they thought they were settled, they thought their land, their culture and their lives were pretty well fixed, but now their lives have been literally undermined, overturned. They are now experiencing new colonialism where the older rural communities are being displaced for an industry that is ultimately leaving the landscape in ruins. There's really no return. So they're just as unable to influence the direction of the future as the indigenous people were 200 years ago. So the parallel is quite remarkable.